KDB. KDB.
Draftking Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the National Football League playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs even more electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets, okay? Bet $5, $200 instantly in bonus bets. Go and bet on the Ravens, bet on the 49ers. We can't bet on our beloved Dallas Cowboys anymore. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code VOCH, V-O-C-H, VOCH. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 back instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. Use promo code VOCH VOCH. The crown is yours.
Beats Planet.
Bro,
we back, baby.
It's been a minute, dog.
Here, I got you. Boom. Do it again. Do it again. And I got you.
Wait. In. Oh, yeah. Hey, man, it's been a minute, dog. It's been a minute. Me and you talk all the time because we friends.
We talk all the time, yeah.
You know, because we friends in real life.
I'm friends with Will Steele. But the chat hadn't heard from us in a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't think if there's not news to be talking about, you ain't finna see me show up and talk about it. But Voch, there's been a lot of news in Cowboy Nation. Why you ain't show up and talk about it? No, it ain't. I don't see no. Scott, I ain't been seeing no news in Cowboy Nation. This is what we got to do. I'm gonna say this one time, and I ain't gonna say it again. I have built up. Let me get my Don DeMarco and my digital hear what I said.
Get it ready.
I built up this audience that I have, this incredible audience, right? I didn't do it via, first of all, it wasn't by chance. First and foremost, it took me a long time to get here, right? And, I built this thing on credibility. We always talk about that. Credibility and bringing real analysis and telling you how I really feel. And on top of telling you how I really feel, but for the most part, keeping it football. You know what I mean?
You hear what I said?
That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot has transpired in Cowboy Nation. I just ask that y'all respect me and my privacy. You know what I'm saying? And just don't ask me questions pertaining to no mess. You know what I mean? Because I don't have an answer for the mess. I didn't build an audience, answering mess. I don't flip furniture. You know what I'm saying? I don't do those kind of things. I show up, I talk ball, I tell jokes, not always in that order, Will Steele. But for the most part, I come here and I give you analysis. I stick to football and I keep it real. Why? Because that's what got you here. I didn't get you here, me going, all right, let me tap in with the latest mess. Here's my thoughts. Shouts out to Will Steele because he hit me with a fantastic point, right? My mess is how many yards did Jalen Tolbert line up off sides, right? Like my kind of mess. Like that mother was by the line judge. He was by the umpire. You know what I mean? That's my kind of mess. My kind of mess.
Your kind of mess is what kind of wig Pam Oliver got? Because I know Cooper Rush threw the ball over there so we can see.
Or like they'll never let Pam Oliver do that one Kansas City game that was windy as hell because us shit'll be like I ain't what I said. That's my kind of mess. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like real life nonsense going on in Cowboy Nation, it's not my thing. It's not
we did not build our platform on that, and we won't be running our campaign on that per se.
But at the end of the day, man, anybody can do it. Anybody can do what they want to do. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Anybody can do what they want to do and say what they want to say. That's their avenue. There's a YouTuber I don't like right now. He built his audience off saying my name and flipping over furniture. If it pays, Voch Lombardi, Voch Lombardi. If it pays, do your thing, right? But that's not how I build my audience. It's not how I got the volume. It's not how I got the Bleach Report. That's not how I got my respect in this game. You know what I mean? I just didn't do it that way. I did it right around this time because Cowboys ain't talking about playoffs. So this time of year, I'd be talking about draft, and that's what we gonna do. You feel me? If y'all want to hear me talk about mess, then
sorry.
Bye.
Hey, Bucky.
VOCHLOMBARDI, man. And look, Will Steele not talking about no mess neither. You know what I'm saying?
No.
What's good with you, bro?
Hey, man. I'm just glad to be back talking some ball, cracking some jokes.
David Montez in the chat says Cat Voch or Voch about to have a Cat Williams. Let me tell you something. If we can get 48 million, Michael Lazy. Come on. Dak Lazy, CeeDee Lamb Lazy. They trash. They don't work hard. They don't watch film. Sky, if I can get 48 million, I bet I'll sell all this shit out. Look, I won't sell out and talk mess for the going rate of it. Like if a regular video, let's just say, if a regular video make $100, I'm not gonna talk mess for $100, Sky. You know what I'm saying?
Hollywood Voch, man.
48 mils, guy. What do you say? What you say?
What you say now, Chuck?
40.
But anyway, though, Sky, what's good with you, bro?
Hey, man, look, how'd you like the foosball over the weekend? With some good games.
Let's do it then, Scott. We ain't doing that now. Shit, we ain't playing. Talking about drafts and Cowboys.
Oh, we're used to this by now.
So before we get into the football, quick housekeeping. How things are going to be moving forward,
Yeah,
right?
let them know.
There will be live streams Monday. This will be our Cowboy stream, right? If something happens over the weekend, we'll be here on Monday to talk about it, all right? Tuesday is going to be an NFL draft stream. That's the all 32. So if you're just a draft fan, a fan of the draft process, then show up Monday and Tuesday. Hey, if you're just a regular Cowboy fan and, you just want to get, privy to the draft players and all that, then tap in Wednesday. Tap in Tuesday. Monday, Cowboys. Tuesday is all 32 draft, right? Wednesday/Thursday, I will be dropping a film session one of those days. I ain't dropping 2 film sessions for Wednesday and Thursday. Okay? I'm dropping a film session Wednesday or Thursday. Okay? And my weekly situation, Friday, me and Brian Broadus are going to be talking draft. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I gotta give you a clue bomb on that one. I don't think y'all quite understand how significant that is, Voch.
I don't need this guy. Let me tell you what I don't like about Brian Broadus, man. When I have him on, I'm like, hey, shouts out to Brian Broadus, and he be like, hey, Voch, great to be here, man. Love to work with you and all. I'm like, you Brian Broadus, who you talking to?
I don't know if you saw the show on Friday. I had to bring up because you know how every time we talk about Broadus is when he calls us, right? Or we call him. And somebody called into my show and just said, forget the pleasantries. I said, damn, you sound like Brian. When we call Brian, hey, Brian, how's it going, man? He's like,
what do you think of this guy?
What do you think about this guy?
He was Peyton Wilson. He don't say hey. He don't say hey or bye.
Brian straight to it. I love for that, man.
Shouts out to Brian, man. But Brian just be talking like we've been working together for 15 years. Look, I'm flattered. And me and you know too, Scott. But hey man, Brian's a big dog, and I've been looking forward to working with Brian for a long time. And Brian say, let's do it weekly, and I'm like, you sure? You sure? He's like, yeah, man, it's not like shit. I like a good challenge, Scott. So every Friday, me and Brian Broadus will be dropping some draft content. All right,
planting no seeds, man. Planting no seeds.
Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. Now, let me tell you what I love about playoff football, Scott. Well, the one thing, just that's consistent that the Cowboys ain't always in it. But towards the end, Cowboy fans, I think in general, they don't get a chance to watch other teams but Cowboys. So what I think is important is for the Cowboy fans to get a chance to watch good teams and get a chance to watch playoff teams and get a chance to see how different playoff football is than regular season football. I had this thought, and shouts out to Landlord because I heard him say it also. I just don't want nobody to think I'm, stealing from Landlord. But playoff football is different than regular season football, and they've been trying to tell us for years. But I'm a young Cowboy fan, Scott. I was born in '92, so just me being a Cowboy fan of good teams, I've only seen a handful of them. You know what I mean? So when I hear old men say, "Hey, you need a defense that travels and you need a run game," it ain't really dawned on me why you need those things until you watch the playoffs long enough, right? So if you're a Cowboy fan, and I'm not gonna make this a Dak Prescott thing, right? I'm not gonna make this about 4. But if you're a Cowboy fan and let's just say you acknowledge that the quarterback is shitty. Okay, cool. That's your thing. You think the quarterback is shitty. If you then also acknowledge that the run game and the defense is shitty, then you just can't call the quarterback shitty. You just can't do that. You can't. Especially when we see Steele, we see defenses buying offenses time, and if the offense can't figure out their thing or whatever, they run the ball until they get it figured out, Scott.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I noticed, right? Brock Purdy will go out there and look goofy for a little while. But they got a defense that can buy some time. They got a run game that can buy some time. Jared Goff and them got a run game that can buy some time. The Ravens went away from the run game for whatever reason, but whatever. The Chiefs' run game buys them time, right?
And defense.
Bro, when you watch these games, the Cowboys were the only team, regardless of how bad the quarterback played. I know Dak played bad, and this ain't me caping for Dak. But out of all these playoff teams, nobody got smoked like Dan Quinn got smoked.
No.
Me and you talked about this guy. Like, man, is Dan Quinn really the only one getting smoked in the playoffs?
Yeah, if we go look at it, Cleveland, I think that's it. I'm not even gonna count the Texans, right? Because they was in that game for the first half, but
yeah,
Dan Quinn's really the only one in Cleveland. So Schwartz and Quinn.
Schwartz and Quinn, dog. And I'm just looking at them like, man, how these boys? And then look, Scott, I was talking to you. The Cowboys are more talented than a lot of these teams. The Cowboys are more talented than a lot of these teams, but it starts from the top, man. It starts from the top, bro. And I almost made this joke, you know what I'm saying? Like all the other teams, when they looking for brand new coaches, they finding, you know, these coordinators or maybe these young dudes that got a little, you know what I'm saying, got a little bit of gray in their beard, you know, some 30s, some 40s. The Cowboys up here, they can't wait to find an 80-year-old coach. The Cowboys can't wait to find somebody that ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? It's like all the good teams promote people, Scott. You know what I'm saying? All the good teams, let me turn this shit down. Scott, all the good teams with coach openings, I don't want to say good teams, but teams with coach openings, right? They promote coaches. They interview and elevate coaches. And we want to find the oldest people. Mike Zimmer just sitting on a couch. Ron Rivera was about to retire till they called and say, hey, don't retire. Hey, don't unpack them bags yet. And me and you, we just YouTubers. I'm just a dude with a mic and a camera, Scott. And I'm just like, man, can we get on somebody's staff and find a tight ends coach or something that know this scheme and elevate them? What about this character, Scott? You know all their names, Scott. Hey man, how about this dude right here that's real good at his job and that's innovating how we looking at run? Boy, his run scheme is phenomenal.
Yeah. And here's my worry, bro. We might be one of the last teams in our division to not do what you're asking.
Because we waiting on DQ. We just waiting around.
In Washington. So I'm big on just stealing. I'm talking about the NFL. I'm stealing plays. I'm stealing coaches. I'm stealing how organizations are run. Washington went out and hired San Francisco's assistant general manager, and they're likely going to hire Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. So we don't get our ish together.
Urgency.
You know what I'm saying? They're looking around the league and saying, "Oh, this is what's working." You know, obviously Dan Snyder's out of there. Yeah. If we don't get our ish together, bro,
we gonna keep running it back. We gonna keep running that shit back. You hear me?
We gonna be the ones in 2075 talking about Mike Zimmer is our defensive coordinator. You know, or 2035, Mike Zimmer's our defensive coordinator. Yeah, man. Gotta figure this out.
I also want to just bring this back up. I like how me and you like friends in real life and people acknowledge us as that. Somebody tweeted me, a couple people tweeted me actually. They was like, you and Will Steele, all that Dak talking, da 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 da. I'm like, man, I just want to reiterate this just in case somebody missed shows. You know, y'all not supposed to be missed shows, but just in case somebody does. We acknowledged that it was going to be on Dak's shoulders, but we ain't like it. You know what I'm saying?
It was about week maybe 4 or 5, maybe whatever it was. It's like, feel like this was gonna be. Yeah.
And look, I'm a homer. I'm delusional. And when I'm up here talking about, hey, I don't know about defense and run game, bro. I don't know about defense and run game, bro. Next week, I don't know about Biotish in the run game, bro. Week after that, all right, cool. Biotish straight, but I mean, okay, no, he ain't. Okay, no, okay, no. Okay, Biotish ain't straight. Okay, Biotish ain't straight and the run scheme bad. Like, it just kept going week by, and look, and Dak just kept putting the Band-Aid on it. Dak just kept putting the Band-Aid on it. Seattle game happened. Hey, we won, but y'all not going to write that down so this don't happen again? Carolina comes around. Miles Sanders starts to go a little crazy. Bryce Young has one of his better days, and I'm just like, hey, we won, but y'all ain't noticed what just happened right here? And we got to the playoffs versus the team that run the football and just play whatever defense that was, whatever it is, Scott. And it just became glaring. And the more playoffs we watched, Scott, the less it was about Baker Mayfield, but it was about run game and defense. The less it was about Jared Goff, it was about run game and defense. The less it was about Brock Purdy. I mean, Brock had a game-winning drive at the end, but he was trash up until then. Brock had a weird first half last week. I mean, I get it, but it was about run game and defense, bro. 49ers defense did that to you. So I understand Dak had his challenges, and Dak had a shitty-ass game. But I'm looking at your head coach, who's also the play caller. I'm like, dog, where's your run game and your traveling-ass defense?
Yeah, and let's throw in there.
We didn't have a track. Was at home.
Let's throw in there, plan. Like the way that Kansas City came out attacking Baltimore with the quick game. I think Pat, who's my GOAT of this generation, right? Pat completed 20 passes 5 yards below the line of scrimmage. That's a plan, right? Detroit choked that thing away at the end. I don't know what the hell Dan Campbell. I don't care what nobody say. All that, riverboat dam.
That rah shit got to stop.
Come on, man. Like this is to go to the shit.
Yo, Scott, whoever's his John Park was screaming in the headset. Like, don't let him do that. And look, he just kept cutting the headset off. And
the problem is, Sean McVay got one of those hold me back coaches. Sean McVay, he's a little itty bitty. He my size. Ain't nobody strong big ass Dan Campbell.
We need 3 people to hold him.
What they doing over there? They fighting? Nah, they telling Dan, don't go for it, Dan. Chill, kick the field goal.
Dan Campbell got 3 hold me back guys. They just ain't finna run up in there when he's swinging his arm.
Nah, he got what's the Decker or the other boy? What's the big boy that got a check in? He used to play for the Cowboys. Number 70.
Skipper.
Dan Skipper, his hold me back guy. But the point being, Detroit's first 15, their plan coming out was phenomenal. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you saw it throughout. Hell, Tampa against Detroit had a good plan. These teams just seemed prepared to play, and they didn't just say, all right, look, we got high-end players. Y'all go out there. Y'all just do y'all damn thing, man. We just going to kind of walk through this. It was weird how we came out, and then you watch the rest of the league, and it's like, man, playoff football, and I'm going to try to take it to basketball, right, Voch? I know you don't watch a ton of it. But playoff basketball, at least in the, long time ago, 90s, 2000s, now is just ridiculous. But back then, every possession mattered. Everything slowed down, right? Obviously, there's no tomorrow, so every single possession matters. A lot of the example me and Nicoya use a lot is the Suns versus the Spurs. You just saw the discrepancy, and the Suns always trying to play 3-ball, right? Sure. Where the Spurs will slow that thing down and they'll beat you 89 to 84. 91 to 78. Like it'll be a slowed down game. In the playoffs, it's that way for football. Every possession is magnified. So you can't have some lackadaisical plan and you can't come out and just be like, we're going to try this and we'll see what happens. No, there needs to be a deliberate effort in what you're doing. And clearly the Cowboys didn't have it and other teams did, in my opinion.
And here's another thing about it too, though, Scott. Because if you listen to Cowboy fans and their relationship with their own players, you would think that Ford got to be good for like 4 quarters, right? Yeah. If we go back to this, Kansas City and Baltimore, fantastic game to just look over and just analyze. But Kansas City's first 15, right? They attacked the Ravens with such a purpose.
Yeah.
With such a purpose. And the Ravens had to figure that out. But what I love about Kansas City is while the Ravens were figuring it out, they did not waste time putting points on the board. So Kansas City got up 17. But once the Ravens defense figured it out, Kansas City didn't score again.
They didn't score. I mean, I was just thinking about that all weekend. Like some of these teams, Detroit, in the Detroit game in San Fran, San Fran was down 24-7.
Yeah.
They scored
you need your defense.
Points until 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
I mean, that's
madness.
That's crazy. I don't even know if that's happened.
Hey, look,
with us over the last few. That's crazy.
Chiefs won, and I saw a whole bunch of people on it. Nick Wright loved patting him. He was like, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback of all time. And look, he may be.
I think Pat gonna go down.
Of course he will.
Brady got 7, so maybe he won't get 7 rings, but shit.
But Pat and him only scored 17 points and a half, and they stopped after that.
17 points and a half, and he had 20 passes at 5 or below. So that tells you that he was an elite what? Game manager in that game. And sometimes you need to be that. And but Pat made some amazing plays because he can do that. I don't need you to play hero ball for 4 quarters, but if you got 4 hero ball plays in you, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't need you to do it all game. On the other side of the ball, Lamar was trying to play hero ball all day. They forgot. They saw Pat on that other side and said, "Oh shit, now we need to come out here." No, you don't.
Nope.
No.
Do what you do.
Do what you do.
Mm-hmm. And they went away from it. But Chiefs defense being able to hold it down for that whole half. Man, come on, dog. Look, like you said, I started going through my mental Rolodex. Like, man, when have the Cowboys like shut out a good team for a half to just buy your quarterback time to do anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, when have we ever done that? And we do bad teams like that.
Yeah, I mean,
we do the Giants like that. You know?
Look, it's crazy because like when the Cowboys get down by whatever amount of points, I don't really necessarily worry about the offense climbing back. I've seen them do that for the last 4 years, even in 2020.
Yep.
Can my defense shut somebody out? Can my play caller, get out of his ass? You know what I'm saying? Can that happen? I've seen, 4, 88, at one point 19 or 21 or whomever, right? I've seen these guys. Hey, yeah, we still here. We still firing. But what about? Can I get a shutout like the Ravens did? Hell, even the Chiefs. They climbed back in that game. The Chiefs said, nah, no more points for y'all. San Fran said, okay, I got 24, but that's it. No more points for y'all. That's defense and run game definitely showed their importance. And I say run game definitely showed their importance in the playoffs this past week. Really, this whole playoffs, if you think about it.
Yeah. We're not moving on quite yet, but we do have an interesting phone call from my draft crew. We got Z, the Ravens fan. I think this is very topical. What's up, Z?
Man, I didn't expect you to unmute me this soon.
Shit, we talking about the
How's
Ravens. We talking about the Ravens. You the Ravens guy. What you mean? Go ahead. We got
you. I know why you unmuted me this soon. How's it going?
It's all good. Life good. Can't
I planned
complain.
on calling you. Your first show you did with callers after the Cowboys lost.
Sure.
I was the very last caller, and I tapped my AirPod, ended up hanging up, tried calling back. And I waited like an hour in line. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Z.
Just looking forward to draft season, man. Yeah. How's it going? We're in the same damn boat now.
Yeah. Hey, well, I mean, no, we're not. I mean, you've gone to your conference championship game, and you was within 7 points of winning it. We were not.
Man, we don't know. If that game was 5 quarters long, we beat them by a score. 6 quarters long, 2 scores. Man,
that's a lot of quarters.
Our defense strapped them up in the second half.
Double overtime.
I'm just trying to say.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a graphic like our offense had like 200 plus yards, and their offense had like barely 60 in the second half, and that was including the 32-yard pass that Patrick Mahomes threw for at the end. But whatever. I wanted to ask you. When the Cowboys lost, I planned on asking you about if you thought Mike McCarthy, if you guys should have moved on from him for Bill Belichick. And now I'm trying to get Bill Belichick to come and be a Raven. I'm assuming that we're losing our defensive coordinator and Mike McDonald. I remember, I think Seattle's going to take him. Anyways, I called this show because I wanted to ask you about some draft prospects and who you think is wide receiver 1.
Damn. Early, he got you right. Hey, who wide receiver 1, Voch?
That's tough.
I like.
Go ahead.
I know everybody's all on Marvin Harrison Jr., but
you like Neighbors?
You
like Neighbors?
What's up?
Neighbors? You like Neighbors?
Yeah, I really like Neighbors.
Yeah, Neighbors.
I was gonna say Neighbors might be the best wide receiver I've seen come out since the other LSU kid, Jamar Chase. I mean, my goodness. I'm a big college football fan, and I thought Marvin Harrison Jr. would have had a bigger season than he did, but I haven't started breaking down tape or anything. But off first watch, I really like Jeep Neighbors. I planned on getting. I'm not even at my spot yet. I wanted to get to my spot, and I wanted to conjure up what questions I was going to ask you. I wanted to start bringing up draft talk.
Hey, it's all good.
It's really funny that.
Hey, it's all good. See, we got draft talk on Tuesdays and. I mean, Mondays are Cowboys days, but you can tap in on Mondays if you want to, because we talk draft on Mondays too. So don't even worry about it. But
my bad.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
my bad. I done came here and ruined the format of the show.
Nah, you good, man. It's your show, dog. It's your show. Go ahead.
Because my Ravens lost. I just found it really funny how quick you let me jump the line.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for being a sport, my guy. Appreciate it. Z asked about Mike McCarthy now. Was I mad that we brought back Mike McCarthy? Hell yeah. And I'll tell you why though. This is my whole thing, right? 2 weeks prior to that, maybe 3, Sky. This is when I was really laughing at the Eagles. Like I just, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, Sirianni is the offense dude. Why is he not stepping in and making changes on offense? Mike McCarthy's already play caller, right? But when I look at certain negligence that we have on offense and defense, really, Mike the head coach.
Yeah.
Mike is the head coach. At some point, like after that first touchdown, Mike he can't walk up to Dan, but he need to walk up to AD and tell him, call Dan and be like, hey, yo, whatever the fuck that just was, don't do that shit no more. Scott, I would have lived and died by just Gilly one arm in just man coverage. I would have just lived and died by that, bro. And we had some man coverage that we had our own, bust on or whatever, but pause or whatever, but just Dan Quinn looked like he had no plan. Dan and company looked like they had no plan. And that's on the head coach too. That's on the head coach too. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like if offense has a problem and defense has a problem, that's on the head coach, right? And I'm just watching the game, Scott, and they took Dak away. But if I'm Green Bay's DC, man, y'all ain't finna run the ball. Y'all ain't run the ball on me. Now, Scott, once upon a time, they used to be like, all right, we're gonna make Dak throw, but beat us with Zeke. You know what I'm saying? So they'll load the box up. Now they'll lighten the box, but put all the people where Dak like to throw, dare us to run, and we'll throw slants right where we're not supposed to throw slants. Or we'll throw hook and curl right into the hook and curl. Jake Ferguson run to the flats. He run to the flats. There's a dude in the flats. So I'm looking at Mike McCarthy, man. I'm like, yo, bro, what's the backup plan? Because you the head coach and the goddamn play caller. There must be one. And we got into the backup plan, but shit, it was in the middle of the third quarter and damn near over, damn near out of hand.
I don't even think we really did, bro. I just feel like they just found, they was finding their way. Because you really couldn't dig into anything. It was still the same thing, right? Like one-dimensional offense because you couldn't really get into no real plan. But sure. It was clear they did not come out with one unless their plan was just what it was all year for the most part is A4, 88. Go do your thing. And if they ain't clicking, boy, we in trouble.
It's a wrap. And then look, even as we was mounting the comeback or whatever, Scott, look, I was like,
we ain't going to stop them.
Man, y'all niggas ain't fooling me. Y'all ain't fooling me. And sure enough, every time we scored, boy, they just scored again. It kept getting easier. It kept getting easier. We didn't mount no momentum with that. But my whole thing, Z the Ravens fan asked, was I mad that we didn't fire McCarthy for Belichick? I don't know if,
it had to be Belichick.
Yeah, it had to be Belichick or whatever. But like I said earlier, man, I'm looking for the young coaches, man. I'm looking for the young trend-setting coordinators, bro. Mike McDonald looked all these Shanahan tree offense kids and beat the shit out of them. When the Ravens played the Rams, the Dolphins, the 49ers, the Bengals, the Texans, that Shanahan tree, Mike McDonald ate all them kids up. But the front office won't hire him because he doesn't have head coach experience. Now, I don't know how the hell you hire I don't know how you hire some young head coach that don't have head coaching experience. Like it should be your body of work that should get you hired here, not how long you've been head coaching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Your resume, yeah.
We would have loved to have Slowick in here because hey, he does innovative things on offense.
See, I'm torn on I want one of those type of guys too, but then you got the other side of it where I feel like unless you got a Belichick type, not necessarily Belichick, but if it was him, whatever. You need somebody that can rule with an iron fist over the guys up top. Right?
Even Harbaugh, right?
Harbaugh
right?
was one of them. That was probably my number one guy, actually.
The first thing Harbaugh did was, hey, this Kellen kid got to go find a job somewhere. Because if it was the Cowboys, they would have made Kellen stay with Harbaugh. if it was the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh well, this is our guy.
And now
Because the Cowboys did.
That's facts. And now, bro, on his third team in as many years.
Harbaugh said, "Hey man, we're not finna
with an All-Pro quarterback he had and a top 5. You know, some people still say he's top 5 with Herbert, and now he's on to his third, which I'd say is a downgrade at quarterback. But we'll see what they do over there in Philly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if Kellen was all chopped up to be what he was, Harbaugh would have kept him. He ain't.
Harbaugh finna draft 2 running backs. They finna.
But that's a great point though. If it was here, if Harbaugh came here and we had some young hot shot coordinator, they would have made him keep him because that's what happened before. You hired Jason Garrett before you hired a head coach. You said, "Hey Mike, you got to keep Kellen." And he called the plays for 3 years. That ain't coming from the coaches. That ain't Wade and Mike saying I'm doing that. That's the guys above him. So yes, I would love a young guy, but I feel like a young guy would just probably get ruled with an iron fist over the guys above him. Whereas a guy who has some of that cachet could say, "Hey man, if you hire me, I'm doing this shit my way." Sure. Which, as we know, the last time I did that was with Parcells, and he lasted for what? 38 minutes? Not Dallas, 38 minutes. Parcells got up out of here after 3 seasons.
And if that's gonna be the case, guy, to have a veteran head coach that rules with an iron fist or whatever, then you reach out for the young,
right underneath. Yeah.
And cool. But the Jones is like Mike Zimmer and shit. They like Ron Rivera. They like these old that's on Madden 10. Look, I was playing Madden 10. You could pick your coach on fucking Madden 10. I'm like, all the coaches we like. And look, when I say we, I don't mean like me and you. I mean them. Dog, every coach the Cowboys say they like is on Madden 10. Bobby Slogan on Madden 10. None of the Shanahan kids on Madden 10.
We got a coach that coached with Tom Landry on at one of our main position coaches. Coached with Tom Landry. That's interesting.
It's a goddamn shame.
Yeah.
So, with all that being said, we got a long off season of just talking about personnel. We just gonna talk about a whole bunch of personnel moving forward, and there's gonna be a lot of guys that ain't necessarily safe from these personnel moves. We hear things, whatever. Oh, the Cowboys, it's gonna be the Cowboys' most aggressive offseason. All right, bring on the Nolan Carroll, Sky. I gotta see it first. I gotta see it, my guy. Let's get MJ on the phone before we start talking about these
and 100 months.
Okay,
how you doing, guys?
What's up, MJ?
Oh man, just getting some food.
What you getting?
Before I start working.
What you getting? Where you work at? You got a job?
I got a fish meal, man.
Oh, okay, where you work at?
Got some fish.
Where you work at?
Well, I do in the morning I do marketing, but for a few hours I do Uber.
Scott, when you ask motherfucker where they work and they say, "Oh, I do
one man say,
I do sales.
I'm in computer school." I said, "What you do for a living?" And you said, "Computer school." Ain't nothing about you say computer or school.
Mars said,
"You know how I do the remember?" And I run the club scene in LA.
I don't know what
we
that
got
means.
A new club.
Sky
in Hollywood.
Sky, he said he run the club scene in LA.
Marv low key, he in the scene, bro. He's told me.
I be working, man.
Damn, hey, boy, y'all be having fun, boy. Y'all be cutting up.
What you say, Steele, if you don't work, you don't eat.
I've never said that. I've never said. But I got you though, Marv. What you got for us though?
Oh man, I'm just I like the way how if the Cowboys can ever get a defense like Kansas City and Baltimore play, the quarterback will probably go make you to a Super Bowl because then he won't be pressed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I agree with what you said with McCarthy. McCarthy, he got stale. He always panicked. And I was watching the Detroit plays, how they was running all over San Francisco. That's the key. You got the running back with Pollard, but you kept trying to run the inside, acting like he's Zeke Elliott. He's not Zeke Elliott. No. He's a to the edges halfback. And that show you our coaching staff failed that team. The coaching failed the team, and the players failed the team. So it was a combination of both. And that's what I always tell people I don't want to hear nothing about Jerry Jones, because if he paid for you, you got to go play. Only thing I didn't like me and Steele always talk about, they should have never got rid of Collins, our big three, big country. We should have never got rid of Bohanna.
Malik
You kept
Collins.
Tristan when you know you weren't going to keep him. That's Dan Quinn. You kept number 96. That never shows up. He can't even get no pass rush. He get mauled. And even third string offensive lineman, we knocked him off. So you kept players that you shouldn't have kept, and you got all my linebackers that could run. And like I said, when I was at the camp, Harper was balling. I thought he was about to start. And Dan Quinn favoritism, man. So if they're going to bring that bonehead dude back, if he run the same thing, it's going to be the same thing again.
Hold on, Mar. Hold on, Mar.
And I'm going to tell you something.
Hold on, Mar.
Hey,
Hold on, Mar. Hold on, Mar.
if they hire, if the
Okay.
Redskins hire Jack Baltimore,
My turn. You told me it was my turn.
Oh, they got his attention.
and
Oh,
Seattle or the Detroit coordinator, it's going to be
Seattle did what?
It's going to be some power.
Seattle did what?
It's going to be
So you
it's
can't
gonna be
hear me.
hard.
So you can't. Okay.
Because it's going to get harder and harder every year.
just say he's smoking. I bet you he.
What you think?
Shit, I don't know what you said because you cut me out. We were screaming at the same time. What you say? Seattle? You say Seattle did what? Not a Dan Quinn?
I said Seattle. I see that the two new people that are about to get hired. That's why they didn't hire Dan Quinn yet. Was the Baltimore defensive coordinator and the Detroit offensive coordinator.
Ben Johnson.
Them the two guys that are about to get the jobs.
Okay.
And if the Redskins, they already got the big D tackle.
That's what you cut me
They
off to
just gotta
say?
get.
That's what you cut me off to say? That somebody finna get the job in Washington? We wasn't talking about that.
No, I was telling you about the what we need to do. You didn't hear me?
No, you were screaming when I was talking. But I got you though, Marv. So you say, okay. So what you looking for in the draft, then, Marv? Since we're gonna be drafting and all that. I mean, that we talking about.
Well, if they use it right, I won't mind drafting first the offensive tackle.
Okay.
Bring 77 off the bench. Bring Lala Collins back and bring
Lala Anthony.
Oh, that man, Lala.
66.
Her last name Anthony, bro. Her last name Anthony, Marv. Her last name Anthony.
What number? Huh?
I say her last name Anthony. Lala last name Anthony.
You know the offensive tackle, number 77.
What's his name? What's Collins' name?
There's a new offensive tackle. I forgot what team he played for.
Tyron Smith.
Yeah, what's the tackle's name? What's his name, dog?
What's his name?
I don't know. I gotta get it for you. Know it's the best tackle.
I don't know
think
it,
it's
man.
the Washington tackle, but I think it's that
You talking
there's
about?
another tackle that they showed that's really good. He'll be there. I'd rather get him, but I'll get his name next time.
That's
And then
Carmelo wife.
drop the linebackers
Lala's crazy.
or a receiver. Oh, take it back. You need
Turkey
I need
bacon.
that big defensive. I need a big D tackle from Texas, and don't make him lose.
Tavondre
And don't
Smith.
make him lose 50 pounds so he can be weak.
Yeah,
Like they did mine.
yeah, I
That
got
was
you.
the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Make the guy lose all that weight.
Yeah, you talking about Tavondre Sweat from Texas? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Give me a big nasty. I want to get a lot of big nasties that help my linebackers and some real linebackers. You already got the safeties. And you got number 7 coming back.
Yeah, I got you.
So we should have no problem. I'll sign Gilliard back.
Gilmore. Okay.
But
Did you say
then
Gilliard?
I get the halfback. Either one.
Say Gilliam.
From the Giants or big number 22 from Tennessee. I'd rather have big number 22 from Tennessee.
The running back.
How you not know
Yeah.
his name? With
All right, Marv, man. Appreciate you, man. Good call. Me and Will still finna talk about some prospects and
that's what we doing. Okay.
and some position. Not nothing too great. But appreciate you, Marv.
All right, guys. Nice to hear from you.
Yes,
Salute.
sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Likewise.
you, Marv.
Call back tomorrow, man.
Never fails. It just never fails, Marv. Gotta love it.
Hey, man. Lala Collins.
Lala Collins might be top 3, bro.
Lala Collins. is ridiculous.
I was like, Marv, her last name Anthony. What?
Lala Collins, man.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to think of the other. Number one, though, got to be with Let's Go. When he said, "Let me check my Gmail real quick."
Gotta check my.
Hold on. He said, "Hold on, let me check my Gmail real quick." Yeah.
Hi, man, Marv. We'll use Marv as a segue. If y'all want to call in, please do. We ain't got long before I lock him up. So if y'all want to get in. Go ahead.
Did you hear how he said Baltimore too?
Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore. Baltimore.
Skywalker Steele. Let's just riff off Marv. Yeah, sure. We can.
Oh, whenever you just let me know you want me to bring that in. I got you.
So Marv was saying basically that we should invest in O-line, D-line, linebacker, and running back. That sound good to you, sir? Like, is that about what?
O-line, D-line, like, yep.
Sounds about right, Scott. Now you was on with Foots Saturday, but you saved it and dropped it Monday. So whenever you and Foots talk, y'all was chatting it up this morning, and fantastic show, by the way. If y'all want to check out Will Steele and Foots the King, they went live this morning on A to Z Dallas.
Appreciate you, brother.
Around like 8:30, but it's on the channel over there. And let me tell you what I don't like about Foots, man. Foots saying Matt Owen. It's January, and they got a long list of under the radar characters. Hey, here's some people you could probably pick up in the 4th round. Like, dog, it ain't time. It ain't time for that. Like, talk to me about the first handful of people that we need to talk about.
Fam, but anyway, it ain't just them. The fans too. Hey, man, you know about Johnny Trevedo out of South Dakota State, ITT Tech? Nah, dog, I do not know about him. Where he's supposed to go? About 6th, 7th round. I'm sorry, sir.
Catch me in March, and I'll know. Yeah. But if I could just use Marv as a segue, and me and you could just chop this up real fast. I like what he was saying about. We'll just start with D tackle or whatever. First of all, I don't agree that we should have kept everybody, Malik Collins and Tristan Hill and all that.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to get at, bro. I was about to say, even if you kept all of them, it wouldn't have mattered with the way that things were going. But anyway,
I think we're in a, I won't say peculiar, but I do think the Cowboys are in this situation where we have to acknowledge how small we were. We just have to acknowledge that, right? And maybe we just weren't good enough up front. And there are going to be Cowboy fans that looked at the Mozzie pick from last year and go, all right, we just picked the dude. We just picked the one tech. And Mozzie probably not going to be, like, we don't know, Scott. And it sucks that when you draft somebody in the 1st round, normally the next year you make plans for that person being here, right? Tyler Smith had a fantastic rookie campaign or whatever. CeeDee Lamb, fantastic rookie campaign. These 1st round picks that we normally see success from. We go, all right, well, next year, this is the plan for them. I don't know if we have a plan for Mozzie. I don't know if Mozzie's going to be good enough. I don't know if he's going to put that weight back on. So it sucks that we just spent the 1st round pick on him and we still have question marks about him. But Scott, do you think going into this draft, we're going to need some additional tackle help, D tackle help?
Probably. I mean, because you got to bring back Hankins, right?
Mm-hmm. So
that should be your veteran D tackle help. And if you need to go get another veteran, fine. But I think the question becomes when. I know this is going to sound crazy a little bit. No, it actually doesn't. I don't think I'm investing in it early though.
Okay, I agree.
Because of you do have Mozzie here. You bring back Hankins. Maybe you sign another quality veteran.
Sure.
In all honesty, man, maybe you just go spend the big money on the interior defender too if you need to. Mm-hmm. But yes, you need help. That help doesn't necessarily have to come in early in the draft though.
Sure. And 290 Mozzie, man. I don't know what to call it. So
I don't know what that. I don't know, bro. That's just.
So since since we doing Cowboy kind of draft talk or whatever, you can go ahead and pull it up for me. So this character, T'Vondre Sweat, this is who Marv was talking about. And T'Vondre Sweat may be the first, he's number 93. He's right here. And I'll try to point him out. I haven't, doctored this up yet. But he's probably, one tech one. He's not defensive tackle number one, but he's definitely one tech one. And he may be like a second round, third round type of pick or whatever. So if you listen to Cowboy fans, a lot of them will say, oh, T'Vondre Sweat, he 340, he powerful, he disruptive, XYZ. I just want to ask Cowboy fans this. Do you feel comfortable spending a second or third round pick on one tech? Now, I'm with you, Sky. If it's a Quentin Bohanna type character or like a John Ridgeway type character that just happens to be 390 some odd pounds we can get in day 3, then cool, I'm with it. But I don't want to spend one of my day 1 or day 2 picks on one tech, whether I love them or not. I just don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm reserving that for linebacker, for wide receiver if I need to, for like running back if one is there. I'm not picking one tech early. And I'm just showing this, showing this film. Yeah. I'm just showing this film because he's a fan favorite right now, but I don't think I'll be willing to take T'Vondre as early as I would have to take him in order for us to get him.
I would continue to let Mozzie develop. I do think he'll put on some that weight, not all of it back. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows what that's about? You bring back Hank. Maybe, like I said, maybe you invest in another veteran, and maybe draft one day 2 or 3. If not, if you don't want to draft one, then I still think Voch, you have to address it, whether it's free agency or the draft. You do have to address. You gotta get bigger, gotta get stronger down the middle of the field.
Sure. Jerry Jones says that when you have a strength, that you can draft into it and keep it a strength. I feel you, Jerry. But my whole thing about strengths is I just know that my Dallas Cowboys not gonna, overdo it. I love overkill, Sky. If I can have 5 first-round offensive linemen, I'll do it. I just know that's not about to be the case. So we need offensive linemen, but we need a lot of them. And it's going to be peculiar by how we think about it, right? Because we have a dude in TJ Bass that we feel like can play, pending offseason peanut butter. They really like Brock Hoffman, and they think he can play, pending offseason peanut butter. Tyler Smith may be your best offensive lineman right now. I know there's probably some people in the chat that didn't watch film with us in the regular season. They just here for draft season. Hey, Tyler was better than Zach. He was better than Tyron. He was better than Terrence. Everybody was better than Biotis.
Wait a second. That's where we got to upgrade with it.
So, in my mind, Scott, I would love for us to address the center position and, whatever. But do you think the Cowboys have invested too much in the offensive line, Scott? I'm just asking you.
Nah. You mean like all those first-round picks over the last decade?
That's what they say, but
I mean, no.
Tyler was the only recent one for me.
Look, man, bro, if we take an offensive lineman in the first round, Voch,
I do.
The hit rate is 100.
Yeah, I agree. That's
Tyler Smith, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Travis Frederick.
That's real shit.
So if they be like, hey, we got this guy zeroed in, they take him. Yeah. You can almost look, man. Death taxes and the Cowboys hitting on the first round offensive lineman. Mark it down.
That's real shit, Scott. That's real shit. So it's a lot of things that we have to think about when we draft this offensive line, and I even think that there has to be a question about doubling up or double dipping an offensive line, because for one, I don't trust Chuma Doga. I don't know what Austin Richards is. He's supposed to be cool, but I don't know what he is. I feel good about our backup interior offensive lineman. I don't feel good about center at all, starting center. So now you are in this conundrum, Sky. Yeah. If you just run down the names, right? Let's just do this, Sky. First round offensive tackles. Somebody gonna be there. Joe Alt, Olu Fashanu, Talisi Fuaga, J.C. Latham, Armarius Mims, Jordan Morgan, Troy Fautanu, Graham Barton. I don't like the Yale kid. He ain't good. Dame Brugler mocked us to get Tyler Guyton. I don't like him. The rest of these cats. Tyler Guyton.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of nuance. I like nuance. If you're not a technical player, I need to see you untechnically whooping people. He doesn't have a bunch of nuance to his game, and I don't see him really whooping a bunch of people. He's huge.
I remember you saying that a little bit last year too. That's your thing right now.
That's my thing. Even with Tyler Smith, right? And there's YouTube of this. Go find it. Tyler Smith had terrible technique, but you see him on film exploding people, right? So you go, all right, we just got to fix this issue, right? With Tyler Guyton, I don't see technique from him. I see athleticism from him, and I see big man from him. But he's catching people. He's not finishing people. He's not moving people around the line of scrimmage.
So my question then now, because that sounds like a right now thing, do you think he can be coached into being obviously more technically sound?
Okay, so sure, he can be coached. But I can show you film on people that don't have to be coached. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but to be fair, these guys all of them need to be coached. My question is, if that can be coached, where you put him now? Second round? If you don't think he's first?
I personally don't think he's a first rounder. Okay. Now, the Cowboys do this all the time. The Cowboys get some raw character with bad technique, and within a week, that motherfucker know how to reach block people perfectly. Like Cowboys.
We were seeing Tyler kind of. It take him long.
I don't know what Duke Manyweather do to these kids, but it just works out for him. But just Tyler Guyton in particular, he's catchy, he's grabby, he's not like some dudes you just watch, man. It's like they don't have great technique, but they at least maul people. The tackle from Oregon State, right? Talisi Fuaga, right? Oregon State. He doesn't have great technique, but at least he mauls the shit out of people, Sky. And that means more to me, because if you at least have this base of mauling people or moving people or being nasty and strong and powerful, I can look at you and be like, all right, I can teach you how to do X, Y, Z, and you'll be even better. I just don't see Tyler Guyton as a guy that's good at that right now. I just don't see him being good at.
I remember, because this is like a conversation with Mafi, where Mafi was just terrible technique wise, but he was a mauler. Ended up going to I think the Patriots, and we'll see how he does. But yeah, this sounds very familiar from last year. Yeah,
that's how I talk, man. That's how I talk, and I can be wrong. I'm always open to being wrong about a guy, but I just like what I like, and I always leave caveats and notes in there, like, hey man, if somebody teach him how to do X, Y, Z, he'll be fine. But if you're not a natural bender, it's hard to teach a tall dude how to bend. And he's 6'7". He get high as shit. Now, how about this though, Scott? Let's run this back. It's not just about his size, because some people will look at him and be like, oh, he's so big. Can he do X, Y, Z? DeJuan Jones was bigger than him, but I love DeJuan Jones. But DeJuan Jones had a baseline of knowing how to use his length and knowing how to maul people and knowing how to be strong to people and knowing how to
his game. You could see that.
You saw it in his game. I don't see that from Tyler Guyton. I see him catching people. I just like my offensive lineman to initiate blows, strike, whoop.
Catchy's scary, man. If you 6'7", you can't catch.
You can't catch because one, you high already, and two, you need to initiate strikes to slow those guys down. Let me pull up who I just said. I said
we might as well forget this show talk about Cowboy players. We
just talking draft show. We just talking about draft. So let's see, with Talisi, I don't have his all 22, but I do got a little bit of broadcast.
Pull up that Washington kid. You want to talk about technical sound? Oh my gosh.
Okay, we can do that. Hold on, I got
there. Fautanu, whatever his name is, Troy.
Scott, we gonna sound incredibly racist.
I'm sorry,
because we gonna lump all the Polynesian kids together, but it is what it is.
Fautanu, Troy Fautanu. That's my favorite guy so far. I'm only 4 in now, so.
That can't be how to say his name. Let me look at
it. Yeah. I promise you, bro. I looked it up.
Fautanu?
Fautanu. That's how somebody said it. Put it that way.
Fautanu.
Yeah, Fautanu.
That makes sense. Pull this up, Scott. Now, chat. The left tackle here, number 55, Troy.
I got you.
Yeah. The left tackle here from Washington, 55, Troy Fautanu.
Troy Fats. That's what we're going to
go. Troy Fats is fire. Look, even he's not perfect, but you can see bro. You can see strike in him. Oh, you can see knee bend in him.
Yeah, look at that.
You can see movement in him. You can see the want to hit somebody. You can see, like, certain things you can just
give me that guy.
Where's my list? Certain things you can just see. Left tackle, check him out. Look at him move. Scott, let me tell you how hard this block is. Hold on. This him right here. Can you see my mouse?
Yep. I don't know if they can, but he's left tackle, y'all.
left tackle. He's not blocking 91. He's blocking 2 people over. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Certain things you can just see. Scott, certain shit you could just see in people, right? Certain things you can just see. And I'm like, man, this dude ain't perfect, man. His arm length ain't perfect. His size ain't the best. He may end up playing guard, but I see blocks like this that made me lose sleep at night, Scott. That made me lose sleep at night, Scott. Left tackle, let's see what he's doing. Traveling on Tyron Smith's snatch technique.
Yep. Yo, so when you're watching him, I was actually surprised at the bag that he has. It ain't perfect yet, right? Like he's obviously got to refine that bag. But the snatch technique, right? He did the one you love, right? When you fake you throw the fake left hand and pow, you smack it with that. I'm like, oh, okay. And he might not even be a guard in this league. He might, or I'm sorry, a tackle in this league. He might move to guard. But either way, he got an anchor too. Sure. I think he athletic. We was talking about that in the chat. Like them Island boys, man. They big, strong, and athletic. I love this kid, man. I would love to have him on his team.
So I'm watching Troy. Look
at that. He did it right there.
Troy, let me see.
Fake it.
Yeah. I love that shit. So Scott, this is what I'm saying, right? Jalen Guyton has all the measurables, right? Like he's measurable guy, but film matters to me so much. And what you put on film, like the projection is cool. But I'm looking at what Troy doing. I'm looking at what Troy Fats is doing. And I'm going, man, don't tell me nothing about short arms when he's making it work. Don't tell me nothing about how tall he is when his bend, he's making it work. Don't tell me you think he got strength issues. I'm looking at him.
He don't. I don't think the arms matter for a guy like him because of how technically advanced he is, I should say. So the arms don't matter. Because look, you just talked about it with your boy, Tyler Guyton. Dude is a mountain. He's 6'7". But if he's not technically refined, that shit don't matter if you letting dudes into your chest. So I'm with you there on that.
Let me
The conference has been locked.
Sky. So I trust you as a draft guy, man. You up there with me and Foots, man. I trust you.
No. Look, I trust y'all to lead to point me in the right direction. Then I just form my own opinion when I go watch it. But y'all are the guys.
You know, Sky, relax, man. Relax, bro. Scott, I want you to just tell the people about your boy, man. Put him up on screen.
Let me see.
Put him up on screen. Tell the people about your boy. I'm gonna let you talk about him.
Is this the cat from NC State?
Peyton Wilson, yeah.
Peyton Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is my number one bet. Now, I know Edgerrin James. Everybody's going to bring up Edgerrin James. But what did he measure in today, y'all? 6'4", 240-ish?
Yeah.
Somewhere
big as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, big as hell. Can run, rangy, athletic. I was talking about this with Foots. Does he play some outside linebacker, rushy type stuff? I mean, I'm not saying I want him at outside linebacker 3-4, but I seen him do it. Ridiculous effort. I mean, I think this might be the play. One of these plays, he's on one side of the numbers, tracks down. This is the play right here. Tracks down the quarterback on the other side of the field. I just think, man, this dude, and again, I'm biased. I'm going to be extremely gullible to linebackers, but I don't think anybody can knock what this guy has. He's a downhill dude. I talk about the click trigger a lot. That's one of my words I use when it comes to safeties and linebackers. Can he see it, click, and go? Dude does it right up there with the dude Cooper, Edgerrin Cooper. So to me, 1, 2, whatever, how you want to flip it. But this is a cat right now that I think can be kind of that stalwart at your second level that the Cowboys don't have. Playmaker. And not just playmaker like interceptions and forced fumbles, but making plays behind the line of scrimmage. I'm a huge fan of this guy, man. High IQ, can see it. I don't feel like he's going to take that much time, Voch. Maybe half a season and then he's full go. And I'm not calling him Luke Kuechly, but he has that type of IQ is what I'm getting at.
Scott. So chat, everybody, like Louisville is about to run a bunch of nonsense in their backfield, like a bunch of reverses, just a bunch of this nonsense right here. And bro, check out Peyton Wilson back. I had to do it twice, Scott, while it was going on. Look at what Peyton does here. Look at what he does here. Go chase him down, bro. Just chase this guy down. Just top tier effort, dog.
Yeah.
On top of being big body guy, on top of being smart, I see it guy. He's a fool in coverage. I got one of these plays.
Oh, he's smart in coverage.
Let me see. I probably got it. But go ahead, though, Scott. I'm listening to you.
No, he's very smart in coverage, man. I mean, he is a linebacker's linebacker. Look at that. Right, this is one.
Yeah.
He covered like two different people 2 different times. If you run it back, really, if you look at it,
because he's just reading.
He's got him right there, right, and he understands the running back, right. But why? I think he goes back to the tight end. Yeah, right there. Is this it? Yeah, right here. He comes back to the tight end. I mean, he's just smart, man.
That's his play. That's his play to make. And I'm up here watching. Bull, man. I'm just like, hey, man. hey, dog. So now, Sky, here's my thing. Everybody says, don't draft linebacker in the first. I mean, I hear you, bro. This dude ain't making it to your second round pick.
Voch.
He's not making it to your second round pick.
We gotta stamp this. We gotta stamp this. You talked about it on Twitter. I think we might have hinted at it here. I brought it up yesterday.
Take linebacker serious.
No. Miss me with this value shit right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Talking from a Cowboys fan, by the way, I will completely admit this. From a Cowboys perspective, I'm not hearing none of that because you are technically in like a 1 or 2 year window. You may not even have this coach or defensive coordinator or offense. You need to take the dude today that can make your team better right now, and obviously with the upside and value to be better. But I can't be thinking, you know what? I'm not going to take Peyton Wilson because the value says not to 4 years from now.
Right.
You might not have your quarterback coach or defensive coordinator here, let alone 4 years from now, next year, right? So I'm not hearing none of that. Not this year. Sorry. You can miss me with it. Well, Sky, that's short-sighted. It's short-sighted. We got a short-sighted ass window right now. So
the window ain't that big. Scott, I'm getting all the old players, all these like 25-year-olds that y'all normally don't like. Hey, load them up. They ready day one? Load them up.
Exactly. Are they ready right now?
Load them up, dog. Because look, this last draft was a whole bunch of wait and see. We ain't got time for the wait and see dudes, man.
Yes.
We ain't got time to let one tech and linebacker develop. No,
So a lot of people are worried about medicals, right? I saw you on Twitter bringing it up, and I love what you said. But he did play 11 and 12 games the last 2 years, though.
Scott,
you know what I'm saying? So 11 games, 11, 12. Like, I mean,
I'm more concerned about Overshown injury than I am Peyton.
Yeah, same. I'm look, man, what are we doing?
Peyton, that shit was 2 years ago for Peyton.
This isn't LVE to me.
Yeah, he's moved around fine since that damn ACL. He's moving around just fine.
You don't see him out there with no big ass triangle thing. He got a pyramid on his neck.
Nah, he ain't got a elbow brace on his neck. You know what I'm saying? Like he's fine and he's running around and he's hitting people. I'm taking him. We have taken bigger risk as goddamn Cowboy Nation. Give me that kid, and I take him in the first round. I like him that much. I take him in the first round.
100% to me. I mean, him and the other kid, A&M kid, to me are those 1-2 backers that if they there, because that's the thing we talked about last year, right? There's going to be about 10, 15 names. We'd be like, hey, at 24, we'd be happy with this type of situation. He's one of them.
Just for context, it's pretty early. I haven't dropped my rankings or anything like that. I do that in April. But Cuban Boy says Wilson, Cooper, or Trotter in the first round. I actually don't think Trotter's a first round pick.
I don't know.
I don't think. I think if you watch Edgerrin Cooper and Peyton Wilson, they move around a little different than Jeremiah Trotter on film. They just move around a little different. Nothing against Trotter. He's a good player, but he don't move like these other two. Anyway, though, let's get Eric, the Seahawk fan. See what he's talking about. What's up, Eric?
How you doing today, Stu?
What's good with your player?
Well, I'm not on anything yet about Dan Quinn coming to Seattle.
Good luck.
So who knows?
Should be used to him. Yeah.
I'm a big Seattle guy, so I was really into it at first. Then I started to see, especially in that
you saw the motherfucking Green Bay
guy. Why people might not want him, Bill.
Yo, Eric. Hey, Eric, listen, let me tell you something. As bad as I want to get rid of Dan Quinn, the first thing I said, Will still said it too, was like, man, if y'all still want Dan Quinn after what he showed y'all must be crazy. Y'all must be crazy. It ain't that dry out there. For real.
Yeah. Yeah, so and I really thought this year was going to be different for you all, because I thought as soon as I saw that Jimmy was going into a Ring of Honor, I really thought that it was gonna that little
we thought
love that it was gonna be over with because the fact that they were doing everything they had to do to get him in.
Yeah. Hey man, not this year. wasn't no day. If anything, we did worse in the playoffs when we got Jimmy. We did worse. Yo, hey, Eric.
I mean,
go ahead.
That's crazy.
That's surprising.
It surprised all of us. Yo, Eric, appreciate it. We got to move on to the next call. Fantastic, bro. We're gonna let you tap in with some more draft season stuff, man. As a Seahawk fan, but boy, would y'all please take DQ off our hands? I don't want to see it. I'd rather DQ than Ron Rivera, but shit. Jarrell, what's up?
I'm with you on that too, man. They can keep Ron Rivera with the commodes. I'm cool on that. I'd rather see what Joe Witt Jr. look like. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I feel you.
But I'm just here, man, soaking up some game, getting some of these offensive linemen and linebackers early on. It's a little too early to see who going where and whatnot, but just to get an idea, that's what I'm listening to. I think we need to do like linebacker first round, second round, maybe hit O-line, third running back. We need to and I want some dogs. I don't want no hurt players or somebody that, we project that they're gonna be something. Go get me a proven commodity at linebacker first and foremost. What you think?
Sure. It depends though. And the whole draft conversation is going to change based on what happens in free agency or whatever. But I mean, if I just keep it real for a second, I don't anticipate the Cowboys go on some spending spree. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they may move with a little bit of urgency, but they're gonna have to show me first. I'm not just going out here and believe that they're gonna move with a different type of urgency than they normally do.
Free agency?
I'm talking about free agency. I do not anticipate the Cowboys going out.
They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing in free agency. I ain't even worried about that. That's why I'm thinking draft. Free agency. I don't think.
Okay. So
out there anyway.
So when you said, when you said to have a linebacker that's established, you meant draft a linebacker that's like an older linebacker.
Yeah, first round pick got to be a linebacker, man. Okay. Like I keep hearing people say it's deep for O-line and wide receivers. That's what I was listening to this morning on your boy Steele show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, maybe we can get them later on. Maybe not too late. Like I say, I wouldn't. Like I'm trying to get a running back in the third or fourth, hopefully the third, and maybe a receiver in the fourth. But man, linebacker me early and running back me early and O-line. And when I say O-line, I'm talking about maybe possibly a center or a tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely a center because I'm tired of seeing Bigadish on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
That way we can get this run game going, man, because we got to run the ball, bro. You see, like you said, everybody running the ball, playing defense. That's what the playoffs is made for, and we ain't do none of that, man. So I need me a linebacker, somebody that's, with the business up there in the middle, man.
Hey, I'm with you. I don't disagree at all. Appreciate you. Good call, Jarrell. Appreciate
you.
Yo. And that's the hard part about draft in general, though, Sky, is that I can make you an argument why linebacker can be the first pick. I can also make an argument why O-line can be the first pick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All these picks or whatever. So I think it's just gonna come down to how we normally do. We'll just pick the best dude in the first round, whoever that may be, and then we just fill it out throughout the rest of the draft. I just hope that we don't miss. But I will say, oddly, particularly the dudes what we need the most, it's a whole lot of that this year. So that does make me feel a little better. There's a ton of offensive line. There's a ton of centers in particular. Ton of linebackers that we could use. So I feel good. Go ahead.
Yeah, the have tos, we gotta kind of be careful, right? Like, because what ends up happening is, as fans, we corner ourselves without really looking at the whole thing holistically, right? Man, we have to take a linebacker, or we have to take a lineman in the first round. There's only one pick you can do in the first round. That doesn't mean you can't get the others in the other rounds, right? So again, linebacker, O-line, running back, what else do we say? Offensive line, defensive line. Like, all of those are in that mix, but it depends what player is there, right? But if you get and you take a I always throw some wacky stuff out there, like I say punter or something. But if you get there and you take a safety in round 1, we're all going to be looking at you sideways. But I do think there's 3 or 4 different positions this year, if we're just strictly talking round 1, that I think the Cowboys can take. And collectively, we should be like, all right, I get that for sure. But just be careful saying, hey, man, we have to take this one position at this one pick, and we forget that there is 7 other picks possibly in this draft, but potentially 2 other ones that could have an impact for you right now. And hell, you might get lucky. I remember Anthony Hitchens, as a rookie, came in as a mid-round pick and played for you, and other types, right? So, Deron Bland is another guy. So that's all I'm saying. Just be careful of forcing yourself in one corner, because what's always going to happen, you're going to take another position and you're just going to be mad for that whole 24 hours to the next day of the draft. That's all I'm saying.
That's it. Let's get Joe on the phone. What's up, Joe?
And what Will was saying.
Will McClay or Will Steele?
So just take
Will McClay or Will
the
Steele?
Best player with the first pick.
Okay, I'll let you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
there is one thing I saw from the playoffs watch with 3 out of 4 teams.
Yeah. What was that?
That 3 of the 4 teams did not feel like the need to have to hide their center.
Facts. Yo, Joe, let me tell you something. I was having a conversation with I was talking to Brian. Whatever.
Who's the other one that he's talking about?
Talking about the center.
I'll talk about it later. The other team. Just curious.
You talking about Creed is a dog. Ragnar is a dog. 49ers got the high pick.
Don't hide it, motherfucker.
Yeah, sure. But go ahead, Joe. We listen to you.
You said you was talking to Brian.
Oh no. We're just talking about centers you ain't got to hide. My fault. Yeah. We were just talking about drafting a center that you ain't got to hide for sure. But Joe was talking about how the best teams here have centers, whether it be Creed Humphrey, Ragnar, whether it be Linderbaum and all those characters. So sure, go ahead, Joe. We hear you.
Yeah, especially if you can get one that's bigger, that can hold his own and gets pass pro and be effective in the run game. You know what? It might be in the best interest. Like if Barton is there, even in a trade down scenario, you can get Jackson Powers.
Sure. I feel you.
So say you have to get one draft, like one position early. I'm not for it.
Yeah, I feel you. So Dane Brugler, he mocked he mocked Jackson Powers Johnson 21st. So I don't think that's his doing. I just think that's just, what he heard. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that he's hearing. Maybe just teams are high on Jackson Powers Johnson. I think that's a little high for me in particular, because I think there's going to be better names on the board than Jackson Powers Johnson. That's just my own personal opinion. So if it's me, maybe tackle's going to be there for you. Maybe linebacker's going to be there for you, but I don't think he's going to be there. And just because you lose him, I don't think you reach for the next center. Like you don't just go and get Zach Frazier. You don't just go and get Cedric Van Prant. You know what I'm saying? You just keep drafting, because I'm about to make everybody real uncomfortable with this next talking point I got. So go ahead, John.
Oh. Yeah, with that being said, like you just draft them roughly appropriately. That's all you can do. And I find it funny, like in these mock drafts where Jordan Morgan is going.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I'm not here for it.
Yeah, no. Jordan Morgan is going to be a top 15 pick or so. He's going to be gone by the time we draft.
Yeah, actually, he was kind of remind me of a little bit of Darnell Wright from last year.
Yeah, I can feel that. Darnell Wright was a late first round guy early, but he worked his way. Well, he worked. Some motherfuckers watched film. They watched film and he realized that he's probably going to go way higher than that for sure.
Right. To give you an idea, he actually made the Leighton Latu.
What's his name?
From UCLA. He made him quit and go the other side.
UCLA versus Tennessee last year.
No, sorry. It was Jordan Morgan, Arizona.
Oh, Jordan Morgan. Jordan. Oh yeah, Jordan. Yeah. For sure. Jordan Morgan beat the hell out of that too.
Yeah. The last time we saw this type of stuff was Slater versus Chase Young.
I got you. All right, John, about to move on to this next talking point that's gonna make people really uncomfortable, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you too.
Yes, sir. Now, Will Steele, we just spent all this time talking about offensive line. We spent a little bit of time talking about linebacker and all that. And all those are very important, Skywalker Steele. Let me tell you something. There's one scenario that'll make me risk all kind of little nonsense and just make me say F all that. Because I think this player right here is better than a lot of these characters ranking him at so far. Go ahead and cut this on, Scott. Scott, can I interest you? Can I interest you in this character right here, Scott?
Yes.
But Scott, this is my thing though, Scott. I think this gonna remember that draft when I was like, hey man, like
the lamb draft.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at Legette, man. I'm just like, man, this dude better than some of the characters that they ranking ahead of him.
He would blow up my need board, bro.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me just walk y'all through some of this film. What I just showed y'all. 427. So Xavier Legette. Okay, the arrows up there. Cool. So Xavier Legette, when I was watching him, Sky, he played like a Deebo Samuel type character. He played like an AJ Brown type character. And when you look him up, you go, oh, he's like 220.
Is this the block? Oh, there's a block he threw too, though. I think it was in this game. It's crazy.
Sky, when you look him up, you go, oh, he's like 320 or something, right? And you go, okay, cool. But then you keep watching the film and he starts running past people.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts to run away from people, Sky. He's much more athletic than both of them characters. Now, Sky, there was another conversation that we was having at wide receiver. It was with my man George Pickens, right? Remember when wasn't nobody really talking about George Pickens, but he ended up being one of the best receivers in the class? Sky,
yep.
I'm watching Xavier Legette, and I just feel like this dude could be. And you know what I mean? Shouts out to Marvin, man, because Marvin gonna do some fantastic shit. You know, he Marvin's son. he run routes good and all that. But Xavier Legette could.
The potential is the potential's there in it, man. You can tell. And then I almost said something, but y'all so weird. You can tell that, you know, he wants the coaching to be better. I was talking to Foots, or he wants the coaching to make himself go to the next level. I was talking to Foots, and he said that, you know, he told a story about how, you know, when he got there, him and Rattler would get together at 5 a.m. to do workouts and work on this and work on that. Because I was like, hey, Foots, I'm sold athletically. I'm sold on it. What we never get a chance to see, though, is the mental makeup. And if he's got that, everything is there. Strong hands, like you said. He's bursty out of his. You saw it on the over. He's bursty out of his route. Yak ability, contested catch ability. Kind of reminds me of AJ Brown in that sense. I've seen him be a dog in the blocking department. And here's the beautiful thing about it for the Cowboys. Wide receiver is tough early, like year one, to have like a really big impact. Because a lot of these dudes nowadays, they run this little fugazi college offense. They don't have an expensive or expansive route tree. Sure. And that's kind of the case with South Carolina. When you watch, it's not like you ask him to do a whole lot. I don't think it's because he can't. I think it's because what they ask him to do. Sure. But here's the thing. In Dallas, as wide receiver 2 or 3, everything that you need him to do is he can do it right now. Need him to run it over? I got you. Need him to run a slant? I got you. A comeback route? I got you. Like that Michael Gallup type role, he don't need a crazy route tree to be good at that right now. So yeah, he would blow up my entire need board list if he happened to be there.
Everybody look at him on the bottom. Sky, this man is 230 some odd pounds, bro. Sky, this dude is 230 pounds, bro. He's 230 pounds, Sky. Come on, Sky. Sky. And I'm just watching him, man. And this dude, if Jair Alexander pushed him in the back, he not just going, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Sky, come on, this guy's coming. I'm watching this. I'm looking at it. I'm like, hey. I'm like, damn offensive line if he there, Scott. I'm like, damn offensive line if he there. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying, linebacker. If he, Scott, I think this dude is a top 3 or so receiver in this class. Nothing's final just yet. But they're not going to talk. They're going to talk about Neighbors. They're going to talk about Harrison. They're going to bring up guys like Keon Coleman, Brian Thomas, the other dude at LSU. They're going to bring up all these guys, Scott. I promise you. They're going to bring up everybody. Legette better than most. Like Legette may be third for me right now.
I wonder, Voch, if the combine where he gets a chance to show off his route running, the agilities, the force. If he truly do run sub 4.4, I mean, we could be talking about who shot up like that before, recently.
Cincinnati, played at Washington, because he ran fast, won an island in a Nike contract. Damn, boy. Chad, what's my man's that broke the 40-yard dash record and he got his own island in a damn Nike contract. Played at Washington. Whoever it is, John Ross.
Oh, Ross.
He climbed like that because he ran fast. Yeah, but
he's a little specimen. This is a big specimen.
That's not a good climb. Legette's climb, like this, like the film is there for him.
Yeah.
He plays physical. He plays, rough, like he plays like a Dez will play, you know what I'm saying? And me and you kept talking about, I'm like, man, Dez wouldn't let this, like he got that in him, you know what I'm saying? And
I think he compliments Lamb amazingly too.
Sure.
I do. All right, you want to put this attention on him? I don't just got a one-legged, wide receiver 2 who's, I'm cool. I'm only winning. I'm okay. Just, I'm just
he want
be
the ball.
here.
This one want the ball. He throw it to me. Watch what I do to him. And put him at running back and just let him run. I'm watching him, man. I'm just like, bro, man, it's a matter of time, bro. It's a matter of time. He's the only one where I will get away from his strategy and be like, all right, cop. But I don't think he's going to be there. I think his off-season work is going to propel him.
I feel like that might happen too, because he's already late first type of talent, second round type of projection. But as soon as that workout happened, bro, he's going up.
Yeah. 469. What's up? Who this?
Yo, what up, Voch? Good afternoon, Sky. It's Los here, man. How y'all doing?
What's good with you, player? Everything.
Hey, I hope y'all doing great. Hey, shit. Sorry if I cussed it right there. So, here we are.
Yeah.
Draft talk with 30 other teams, right?
Yeah, man.
I mean, hey, we can't help it, but
yeah.
And if I can touch on the games this weekend real quick, it just shows that our quarterback and coach ain't the only ones doing something questionable and something somewhat stupid, But hey, that's your MVP and coach of the year, right? So that's that. That's all I gotta say. But
okay.
Quick note, man. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, quick note. Y'all talking about this draft?
Sure.
It is so deep, Voch and Sky, and with a lot of studs that can be there later rounds, linebackers, O-line, wide receivers, you can pick them, right? You just got to make sure you get that MFer that can play football, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, these other 31 teams are just going to hit on them. And I won't be surprised if they do something questionable. And we've seen it, right? With the Luke Shoemaker in the second round, which is still a moment for me, which is I was like, why'd you do that? You already had baby Kelsey on your team, right?
Sure.
But hey, that's their drafting philosophy. But in closing, Voch and Sky, I will tell you a name, and I want you to know that this is my Thanos, right?
Okay.
Let me tell you about a running back that can be there for the 4 to 5 years, and you don't got to worry about it. Plug and play ready. He can be the next running back one, and you don't got to worry about that position until his rookie contract's up. I'm not going to mispronounce his first name, but Allen was his last name is Allen, and he's the running back.
Wisconsin kid.
Braelon Allen, for sure. Yes, sir.
Yeah. He's 20 years old. He's 6'2". But what's crazy, if you see his tape and everything, his foot movement and cut speed for his size is unreal. And he feasts on one-on-one in open space. And he ain't scared of the contact. He's a full package, for his size and what you want in today's running back. I won't be surprised if the team reaches for him, and maybe in the first round, but for sure he's a second rounder. And if he's there in the second round, I would love him to be a Dallas Cowboy, especially in our scheme, and he would affect the run game on whatever team he lands on 1,000%. That's how confident I am.
Bring that film up, Scott.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. Braelon Allen is a guy. I don't know where he's gonna be drafted or whatever. I don't really have a good grasp on that just yet. But the Cowboys are in terrible need of let's stop giving big money to running backs, dog. Like they like let's just cut it all out. And Braelon Allen in tandem with another character, I like it. You know, I think they're going to be, you know, there's going to be a lot of Derrick Henry comparison, but I think he's more of a James Conner type character than Derrick Henry. I think he gets going a little faster than, you know, Derrick Henry does. But yeah, Braelon is your thumper to whoever the hell your other running back is. So sure.
Hey, and just imagine, Voch, I'm just saying, fantasy world, imagine Xavier Legette, Braelon Allen, and you know, a good offensive lineman.
Boy, defense get another.
Fuck the defense.
Another 40 points dropped on their ass in the playoffs. Another one.
Fuck defense.
Dan Quinn up here with his hands on his hips like shit.
What about me?
What about me? All right, man. Appreciate you, bro. Good call.
Peace out, Voch.
He say, man, get the running back, get the wide receiver, get the edge, get the fullback, and we just up here.
Hey.
Buddy wasn't playing, boy.
I mean, there's some great that I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'd be mad if you went if it's Legette, Allen, and some center or tackle, yeah, but
that's a good draft. But I hope we get free agency to make.
I was about to say, I hope our defense was all free agency. Like, and I'm talking about, you know, big time players. I know.
Chris Jones, Patrick Queen,
Chris Jones,
and Jalen Johnson. I won't say nothing else. 1, 2, 3. Jalen Johnson, Patrick Queen, Chris Jones. I won't ask the Joneses for shit else. Straight up. And 540, you the last one of the day. What you got for
it? Yeah, it's Luther.
What's up?
I'm just calling.
Big Luther, little Luther.
I think talking about the draft. I think obviously, I think you got to go offensive line in the first round. I mean, you get Fautanu.
Troy Fats.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I
because it's 3 of them.
Honestly, I think I'm looking at trading Trey Lance for a better draft pick because looking at the linebackers, the way the playoffs are going, you know, it's run the ball and stopping the run. And if the Super Bowl goes just like that, the linebackers are gonna, you know, the draft is gonna go towards linebackers more in the first round, I believe. So you got to try to trade up and get your linebacker too.
Sure.
Yeah, when it comes to linebackers, you know, there's never too much of them.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm looking at Colson. I like Junior Colson from Michigan.
Sure.
In the second.
Sure.
But you're going to have to trade up in the second, I believe, to try to get him. You're not going to be able to set at 58 or 56 and get him.
Sure.
Yeah, you probably going to get him here and now.
But that's really all I got.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Good call.
Just shout out to the show. Love the show, man. Watch it every day.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Good call. Good call.
Yes, sir.
And
thank you, man.
And look, Scott, to his point, if you think about where Nick Bolden and JOK was drafted at, they always early second dudes and they never make it to us, man. They never make it to that back end of that second round, man. You got to go get your guy. If you love the player, you got to go get your guy, man. As far as trading Trey Lance go, man, somebody give you a 7. Somebody give your ass a handshake for goddamn Trey Lance, man. Anybody finna give you a 3rd for him, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it shouldn't be no attachments to him because this house is not his home. So, you know, I think they can move on from him.
Goddamn 4th round pick on Trey Lance. But we talking about all these players we could spend.
Nobody. No. That just went over everybody's head. I thought that was fantastic, by the way, but whatever, you know.
Okay, running back, I'll wait ready. All right, here we go. Yeah, man.
We did the big Luther and little Luther bit, and I hit you with the, you know, with linebackers, you could never have too much. And then I was like, yeah, man, you know, if you're going to have to get that player, you got to get him here and now. And then I hit you with the house is not a home. It's Luther Vandross songs, man. Come on, man.
Scott, let me tell you something. Yeah, look, as you talk about Luther, right? Somebody was talking about Jalen Hurts. Said Jalen must think he loses Vandross with this a chair is not a chair. Oh man, Sky apologize, man. I wasn't focused.
That's cool. That's all right.
I'm working. Hey, but when we talk about these Islander kids, man.
I know, brother. That's why I'm mad, man. I had to explain it, so it wasn't funny. If you have to explain it, it ain't funny. You know?
It's all good, man.
My attempt at the dad joke today. I'll come back with a better one.
Oh man, Scott, don't make us bring back the dad jokes of the day, man.
That was the black dad joke though.
But Scott, have you seen Talisi Fuaga?
Who's she?
Is a dude from Oregon State. He's the right tackle at Oregon State.
Oh, not Khaleesi. Nah, I didn't. Somebody write this down. Well, no, you send it to me. I ain't writing that down.
Talisi Fuaga. He's another Polynesian Islander kid that moves around better than everybody else. It's three of them. It's him. It's Troy Fatts, and it's Kingsley.
It's a lot of island names, bro.
There's a lot of island names and a couple of Nigerians, man. They are taking over. You hear me?
And I'm biased to them too. Trust and believe me. Because they have this pedigree that come with, like, they might not be the best, but they're gonna go 110 miles per hour. They're gonna be strong and athletic.
Now, Scott, that's racist. You saying they motor guys?
I'm just saying.
They're heady players.
Can't jump. Nah.
Like the what? Have you seen Cooper DeJean, the white corner?
Oh yeah. So look, I can't remember. Maybe I was looking up some prospects at corner. I had to wipe my eyes. I was like, wait a minute.
Ain't no racism over there.
This is a top flight corner, white corner coming out.
Yo, Jason can run his ass. He can run. You hear me?
So this is our new Jason Sehorn.
Bradley can get picks.
Okay.
Ricky Pro Jr. can get picks. You hear me?
Stop.
She nice guy. Cooper DeJean is not. He gonna be gone too. Like, it's gonna be a little bit of lazy talk about making him a safety, but that's nonsense. Voch Lombardi telling you he might be corner one. Then don't play with him neither.
That's history right there, man.
Come on, Sam.
Jason Sehorn, you know how they popped the bottle, the 72 Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Sehorn, like, come on, man, please no. Let me be the last one. Let me be the last white corner. That was nice.
No, it was one last year. He just wasn't good. But they got one here, and it was a safety last year. I believe he went to Syracuse or something.
Safety different though.
Safety's very different. That's fair enough. But I'm talking about hips, run, catch picks. Cooper DeJean, check him out. Soups. Let's do this and get up out of here. We caught up. We straight. Hold on, let me hit refresh. We straight. All right, cool. Stargaze Sports. What's up, Star? She dropped a deuce that says curls to Kellen equals slants to Mike. Now, Star and Sky and everybody listening right now, let me tell y'all something, man. I don't know if Kellen gonna have to dial it back, or if Jalen gonna have to process the most football he's ever processed before.
Oh boy.
But boy, that's gonna be a time. It's gonna be a time watching that.
I don't know if it was you. We've been talking about it for the last few days. I don't know if it was on Twitter. I was like, hey, it was Philip Tanner. I said, hey, one way or another, Jalen Hurts gonna grow up at a quarterback position. Whether it's a good way or a bad way, he finna grow up real fast, because Kellen Moore ain't doing no everybody just run down, RPOs, one read and take off. We're gonna find out a whole lot about Jalen Hurts this year.
And Kellen. And Kellen, keep it a buck with you. We're gonna learn a lot about both of them. But boy,
he's in Philly. So
he's in Philly. Can you imagine going from Dak to Justin Herbert?
And then it hurts.
John Harbaugh make you get out. Jim Harbaugh make you get out. And now you have Jalen Hurts, a cat who probably read worse than all of them. I can't wait, Scott. I can't wait. Let's get into it though. Back to Soups.
Oh shit! I went to the phone. Go ahead.
No, you can't wait. We them boys who hate the Cowboys drop 5. He says Diggs, Steele, Pollard, and Cooks are not stopping me from drafting their replacement in the first round in this draft. Diggs under contract, but take another corner anyway, because Gilmore not gonna be here forever.
Why bring up Diggs? What Diggs got to do this?
I guess he's talking about injured guy, maybe.
Oh,
but
he said replace? You ain't replacing it. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
anyway,
I agree.
Anyway.
Now, Terrence Steele different. Terrence Steele a little different. Pollard, I don't think comes back.
Yeah, he ain't in a contract.
And I hope Cooks is a real one. I mean, he's under contract, but I think the Cowboys can get out of it.
It's 1 year. I don't think you want to get rid of Cooks.
No,
because he got 1 year left. He'd be a good veteran to have in there, and clearly, I think a veteran is still needed in that room.
Sure.
No, you bring him back, but I agree. You don't say we got Cooks. We're not taking late. Like no.
Sure. Plus, I think in this system, it'll be nice for Brandin Cooks to have another go at it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, all right, y'all, we getting hot in week 7 or week 8 or whatever, right? Like let's give everybody a whole year in this offensive system. Hey, let's hope run game gets worked out. Let's hope run game gets figured out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. But I like what we them boys is saying. Like, yeah, Cooks can be on your team, but still draft a receiver anyway. Yeah, Diggs is here, but draft a corner anyway. Terrence Steele is going to play for you next year. Look at tackle anyway. So I do feel what you're saying, we them boys. But and Mr. Inglewood 77 dropped deuce and says, monthly M&Ms. That's old school, Scott. I don't even say that no more.
You don't. But I remember that was when you had the cartoon face up there. You wasn't even. I don't even think your face was on screen, bro.
I wasn't even on screen, dog. That's old school there. Monthly M&Ms. Appreciate you, dog. Love your content and passion for football. Thank you so much, Swatty Cop. Salute. All right. Has Marcus Harrison clocked out yet? He clocked out yet? Primate LLC say this is baby making weather. That's rough, dog.
Bro, it's been raining a lot down here in Dallas. Has it been like that in Houston?
It was like 70 degrees outside.
I feel like the weather, like, all right, we're going to give you all this rain now because once June, July, and August get here, we're going to put you on this drought. Like, we had no rain in the summer, and now it's just been flooding.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Well, that's nonsense. Because if it actually, like if it rained a little bit in Houston, it floods for real.
Y'all flood for real.
Floods
so
for real.
I ain't mean to, y'all really be flooding.
But like when it's 80 here, y'all get blizzards and shit. So I don't know. I'll be there soon. I'll be there soon.
Yeah, you'll be able to experience this madness of the weather we have here.
It's all good. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me, Will Steele, and Xavier Legette, by the way. At the volume, when success and incompetence meet, disaster is not far away. The fish rots from the head down. Consume your toxicity like a caramel macchiato martini from the Salt and Pepper Lounge. When success and incompetence meet, disaster is not that far away, Scott. The fish rots from the head down. It starts at the top, you know? Consume your toxicity like a caramel macchiato. Consume your toxicity like a caramel macchiato martini from the Salt and Pepper Lounge. Stay toxic. Hold this L, UNLV, Young Pimp, Young Line Sleep Outside, Young Goat. Appreciate you, Marcus Harrison.
I was doing the signs on the side just in case some people that can't really hear.
What was you doing? Oh.
No, I'm seriously. I was doing some stuff that you could understand, but I wasn't doing it. Brother L, the fake sign lady, was crazy. She was for real she was throwing gang signs up, but that was wild. That was madness.
Scott, I tell you what though, based on that clip you sent me, I know it ain't nothing we can say to get fired.
That's actually true. You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Ain't nobody saying nothing to us.
That was crazy.
Compared to that, they dropped the hard joints, and I'm like, damn, they dropped that shit in capital letters. Anyway, with a capital N and a capital E and a capital
I was taken back on that one, bro.
On the official account. And we up here like
they reposted it. That's why I hit you and said, "Oh, we good, bro." What we say, we straight. As long as we don't come after the Swifties, we straight.
Some Taylor Swift fans.
Actually, that was the Swift. They did both. They came after the Swifties and they hit you with the
I do find it puzzling that white people thought Swag Surf just showed up.
Can I talk about that for
this year?
Is that true? Like, did they really think that just popped up, or were they just hyping it because Taylor Swift did?
Not only do they think that Swag Surfing just came out, but they think that the simple side to side is Swag Surfing.
No, that's just the starter.
The swagless wave that they doing.
that mayonnaise wave.
There's no, you know what I'm saying?
They ain't hit when the beat. They don't know about the beat dropping, and then
They just
you got. Man.
Sky, they do the same dance to Sweet Caroline. They do this shit to Sweet Caroline.
Everybody hold hands, swag surfing's on, and they just start leaning back and forth. That's not the swag surf.
And I'm like, look, Hilly Mountain, Shenandoah River, like Country Road. Like they do the same dance to all their songs. And I'm like, dog, y'all, but they think that Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes and Travis and their mama, they think they invented swag surfing.
Travis' mom didn't even know what was going on. She looked like Stevie Wonder. She was.
And I'm like, dog, y'all really let these people commandeer swag surfing?
Man, we can't know.
Y'all let these people commandeer. Scott, and let me tell you how cold. I'm not gonna get canceled today.
No, we're good. After what we saw, we straight. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna go there with them. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
But dog, just watching them do this, and they go, "Oh, Taylor Swift's new dance."
And now you're hearing it all on the big networks and stuff. Like, I just know Fly's just like, are we for real?
Scott, let me tell you something else. Let me just tell you, because white people take all the swag out of everything. Let me just tell you something else that's no longer fun. Stand on business ain't fun no more because white people know what it means.
No,
it ain't fun no more. Now it's like, okay, well, we watching the news and Aaron Andrews and DK Metcalf wants to stand on business. I'm like, all right, it's a wrap. We need some new shit. But anyway, man. Scott, appreciate you so much, sir.
Thank you. Long
show today, but we've been on break, so it's cool. Chat, don't expect us to work till 5 tomorrow. We back to our regular schedule program, 4:15. Love y'all to pieces though. I meant what I said earlier. It's more y'all here now because y'all just like to, fall in later in the shows, and that's okay. I meant what I said earlier. We built this thing on analysis. Right? Y'all sitting in my chat today. First of all, it means the world to me. Love y'all to pieces. Appreciate you. But y'all came here to hear me talk about Graham Barton and Jackson Powers Johnson and Xavier Legette. And you're here for me to tell you that I like this player more than those players, That's how we built this house. And that's how this house is going to remain floating. All right. I don't want to say nothing about nobody's parent. Because Scott, if anybody's played organized sports in high school, the one thing that you're, familiar with is parents in the stands talking shit if you do something wrong, and I've played center before when I wasn't good at it, and I've had my fair share of bad snaps, and Kathy almost got to fighting with Kathy's my mom. Yeah. Almost got to fighting with people in the stands because they saying what the hell wrong with him. And
I've seen many of when I coached AAU, that was my last final year coaching AAU because parents got wild, man. I had a parent trying to fight the head coach of our team. I've seen parents pull players off they make it not fun, but that also tells you like they care as much.
Yeah,
maybe.
So at the end of the day, family members getting involved in Cowboy politics. Who cares? It don't even matter to me no way. All right. With that being said, love y'all to pieces, man. We are a bike. Tap in with us tomorrow. Is going to be an all 32 draft day. I forgot what in particular we talking about, but this is y'all chance to, just like we did today. We're gonna talk about prospects. We're gonna talk about all that. Y'all be sure to tap in, and I'll have film for y'all, of course. And like I said, Brian brought us. Me and him gonna collaborate every Friday, so y'all be sure to be around Friday, 3 Central, 4 Central, something like that. And me and check out the show. Hold us down. Follow Will Steele at Skywalker Steele, STEELE on social media, and check him out A to Z Dallas in the morning, 8:30 to 10:30. He'll be breaking down, drafting, talking Cowboys all week. All right. And even on days when I'm not live in a weekday, he'll be live. So go check him out. All right. Yes, sir. Y'all hold down for the dose, quotes, and peace, your man. Until next time. Volume.
Man, I got that swag.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
The swagless sway. Look, they're not swaying, they swaying. Swaying. They swag swaying.
The swagless sway. That's a good name for it, though.
Everybody swag surfing your car right now to the beat.